Welcome everybody to the Lady in Black. That's right, this is the track that's too tough to tame, Darlington Speedway. My name is Josh Hall, and we are here with the Original Rebels Racing League Outlaw Truck Series here on iRacing. And sorry for a little bit of a later start. There was some technical problems with iRacing, and then had some issues on my end as well. But we are up and running and ready for 100 laps. Sorry, I think it's 115 laps. Yep, that's what it is, 115 laps here at Darlington Speedway. Practice is just finishing up. Let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. And we'll see that Adam Lang is currently at the top of the board. Steve Loving, Andy Kurtz, Michael Kosick, and Daniel Stewart round out your top five. Then Fry Hubbard, Logan Monteith, Eric Burkhalter, Brandon Pollock, Travis Bieber, your top 10. Now, next week we'll be racing at Gateway or Worldwide Technology Speedway, and that will be the last race of the regular season before the playoffs start. So drivers are trying to get their way into the playoffs here. They will be taking the top 16 and breaking it down week after week. So we want to make sure that these guys have an opportunity to get themselves up into that top 16. Right now on track, we see Brandon Pollock, and we'll see a couple throwback paint schemes here, as you saw on our intro there. Being Darlington, it is a bit of a throwback weekend. Some of these guys running some throwback paint jobs. We see Brandon Pollock in the Pennzoil machine. Great looking ride right there. Darlington's a tough track to get around as well. We'll actually ride up on board with Brandon here. You'll see he'll drive down into the corner and then kind of slide it. Oh, loses the back end. Let's ride around with Andy Kurtz here. As you see, he kind of dives down the corner, comes up to the wall. Then as you exit, you're going to want to get right back down to that apron. And as you go through turns 3 and 4, kind of the same thing. Enter kind of low. Slide the truck up towards the wall, and you're going to want to exit off the top of the track here. And that's a lap around Darlington. It's going to be who can get around on that high side the best, as Andy Kurtz currently in the 3rd position. See Todd Schott up on track, and Todd not afraid to rip around that high lane. Todd currently jumps up into the 8th position on his first lap. See what he's able to do here on his 2nd lap. Todd currently up into the 10th position. Let's see who else is out on track. Greg Barnett out there in that POW MIA machine, representing the veterans of all those who've lost in combat. Greg, first lap, puts him up into the 9th position. Let's see what he's able to do here on his 2nd lap. Working at a high lane here off of turn number 4 down the front stretch. He's going to stay in the 11th position. See Michael Swink out on track in that square ding machine. Great looking truck. I've run a very similar looking truck for my throwbacks, mostly because I run the 81. He's going to be up into the 13th position. Take a look at our race info here tonight. And you see track temperature, air temperature, and yeah, it's kind of going to be a nice cool track here tonight, so it's going to allow these drivers to have a lot of grip. And you'll notice the shape of Darlington's a little different than you see on most tracks. It's got two unique corners. You see turns 1 and 2 going to be a lot wider of a sweeping turn, and turns 3 and 4 are a little bit more narrow of a turn. And originally the front stretch was the back stretch and the back stretch was the front stretch. Then they reconfigured the track and moved things around. But the reason for the difference in size is because there's a minnow pond back there that the owner of the land refused to relocate. And he said, you can build a racetrack on my land as long as you don't touch my minnow pond. So that's why turns, what is now 3 and 4, are much more narrow than turns 1 and 2. And originally, this was the first super speedway. Of course, Darlington being 1.366 miles. And for the longest time, it was one of the fastest tracks on the racing circuit, before tracks like Daytona Superspeedway and Talladega were built. See Fry Hubbard coming down the backstretch now, trying to set himself a fast lap up into the 17th position on his first lap. And Fry Hubbard is going to stay in that 17th position currently. See Chris McLean just taking the green flag. So Chris trying to keep it off the wall. Runs that very high line. Now he's going to pull it down to the line off the corner. Great looking 1 and 2 for McLean. Back right up against the wall here through turns 3 and 4. And to the stripe. Let's see where McLean goes on his first lap. Only up to 21st. Let's see if he's able to better himself. Oh, he loses the back end here. Great save for the driver of the 05. Oh, he loses the back end again. Is he able to keep it off the wall? He does keep it off the wall. Man, what a great save for Chris McLean. That is not an easy thing to do, to save the truck. Normally when you lose the back end off of turn 2 like that, you are head on into that inside wall, but McLean able to hold on to it, although it's not going to help his qualifying at all. As we have about 2 minutes left here in qualifying. Don't know if anybody else is going to make their way out onto the track. So while we've got a break in the action, we want to thank everybody who makes the original Rebels Outlaws series possible. Of course, we want to thank Hardlight Transport Solutions. They are the series sponsor. Dang Lang Racing Designs, Smeal Racing Designs, Shibu Inu Crypto, Peg Leg Felts, P&J Motorsports, Evil Empire Sim Sport, Thunderstruck Super Series, Kinder Farm and Ranch, Smeal Racing Designs, BK Motorsports, and Sabuski Window Tinting, all making this possible. Of course, we also have to mention Intensity Broadcasting. We do have our own web store as well. IntensityBroadcasting.com. You can find hats, t-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, not just of Intensity gear, but all of our league gear, from Original Rebels, SCSRA, Mayhem Modifieds, Thunderstruck, and Extreme Forces. And of course, since this is a little bit of a throwback race, don't forget about the 80s throwback design t-shirt here on intensitybroadcasting.com. So looks like that's pretty much going to do it here for qualifying. Tyler DeTalon says, good luck, Evil Empire Sim Sports, fellas. Ryan Huff and Tyler Barnett. As we get ready to get things underway here at Darlington Speedway. Also, don't forget to check out Original Rebels website, where you can find the home of the Original Rebels for stats, standings, and so much more at Intensity. I'm sorry, it's ORRLeague.com. That's www.orrleague.com. You can find a link in the description below. Let's take a look at our starting grid here tonight, and Jonah Colbert will be on the pole with Adam Lang starting to his outside in the 8 machine. Row number 2, we'll find Ken Pack and Travis Bieber, and then Eddie Smith in the 87, followed by Jamie Mullins in the 66th in 6. In 7th, we'll find last year's champion Andy Kurtz, with Jonathan Cofield in the Herbie machine to his outside in spot number 8. Row 5, we'll find the 27 of Steve Loving and the 88 of Ryan Derrick with that Darrell Waldrop throwback. Michael Kosick, he'll be running the 3 Piedmont machine with the 38 of Greg Barnett to his outside in 12th. 13th, we'll find Daniel Stewart and another Darrell Waldrop machine, the 68 of Steve McDonald. Tyler Barnett in that AC Delco machine, he'll be rolling off in 15th with with Michael Swink in the Square D machine in 16th. 17th, we'll find Fry Hubbard, and then the 1 of Brendan Pollock in the 18th position. And rounding out row number 10, the 70 of Todd Schott and Phil the Hitman Manzo. Just realized that my standings in cycle. 21st will be Chris McLean. 22nd will be Greg Froelich. 23rd will be Mike Pertosa Jr. with Ryan Huff in the 24th position. 25th, we'll find Eric Burkhalter with Brandon Wallace in the 26th position. Then Charlie Gates Jr. in 27th, Matt Knight's 28th. 29th, Gary Wright and Gene Wilkinson round out the field in 30th. And that is your entire field here tonight. As the trucks are rolling and we get ready to go green flag racing here at Darlington. Kevin Kidder in the chat, he's not cheering on the 13, but cheering on the backwards 13. That is the 31. And Eddie. Here we go, the pace truck getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn onto this tricky pit road here at Darlington. Jonah Colbert's going to lead him down to the starting zone. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Darlington. Already Jonah Colbert trying to get out to the lead here. Adam Lang, though, up on that high side. He's going to sneak in, and everybody's going to file up to that high side. And one of the things we will be talking about tonight is the Darlington stripe. Because you're running so close to the wall, it's really easy just to get up there and slap the wall. Just give it a little kiss. Give it a scrape to the right rear of the trucks. And that is known as the Darlington stripe, as Jonah Colbert comes around and leads lap number 1. Eddie Smith trying to get around the 39 of Kenneth Peck. And already we have one truck around. Wilkerson doesn't bring out the yellow, but the 111 machine has gone around on the backstretch. Let's take a look to see what happened to the 111. Oh, just gets up, gets that Darlington stripe, then Gary Wright finishes him off, but no caution. And we stay green as Jonah Colbert goes around the 111 machine. Excuse me, now he's going around the 111 machine as they cross the start-finish line. Start lap number 4. Eddie Smith has just got around both Kenneth Peck and Jonathan Cofield. So Eddie quickly moving his way through the field. Another driver up a couple spots already is the 05 of Chris McLean, up 3 positions in the opening laps. Oh, now he's up in the wall getting himself a Darlington stripe. That's going to kill his momentum. That's going to allow Todd Schott and Brandon Pollock, who are racing side by side here, to catch right up. Up front we see Kosick and Greg Barnett going at it. This is for 11th and 12th. And Steve Loving now catching Kenneth Peck. Kenneth down 5 positions, already having some issues here on the opening laps. Losing a bit of positions, but slowly trying to make his way back up as Jamie Mullins gets passed by the 5 of Andy Kurtz. So move Kurtz up into the 6th position. And how about Jonathan Cofield up in that 53 machine? Up into the 4th position, chasing down Travis Bieber. Early on, that 53 showing some speed as the caution is out. It looks like, oh, Todd Schott hard up into the fence. That is going to bring up our first Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind as we take a look to see what happened to Todd here. Oh, it looks like he just got tight or got loose, chased it up the track, caught the outside wall. Oh, Hitman Manzo involved in this one as well. And then, the old wall grab there. Sends him back across the track, and then he gets hit by the 15 of Greg Froelich. And that's what brings out our first caution of the night. These drivers do have a limited set number of tires. Let's figure out how many tires they have in the pits here tonight. So they do have 5 sets of tires, so 4 extra sets in the pits. And Darlington is known for chewing up tires, mostly because you're running such high speeds and up against the wall, you're turning in so aggressively. But also because it's an old, worn-out surface. And the old joke was you didn't even want to push your car on down pit road because it would eat up the tires just pushing the car. So as we see, Adam Lang already hit pit road. Don't think Lang is going to be taking tires here. I think he's only going to take fuel. Let's see what he does here. Makes his way down this long pit road. Yep, looks like it's just going to be fuel only. Road for quite a while though. Looks like he maybe got a little damage fixed. I don't know, he's been on pit road for quite a while as Jonah Covert and the field are just coming off of turn number 4. I believe the lights will be off on the pace truck this time by. So we're going to re-rack them, restack them, get ready to refire them here at Darlington. With Jonah Covert down on the bottom. Travis Bieber up on the high side. Then Jonathan Cofield and Eddie Smith rounding out row 2. Andy Kurtz, Jamie Mullins in the 3rd row. And don't forget to join us after this one's over, as we do have our truck doubleheader. The Original Rebels Racing League Sunday Night Truck Series goes on right after this. Another 115 laps from Darlington, so stick around and stay tuned for that as the pace car makes his way on the pit road. Jonah Cobra brings it back down to the restart zone. Hits that loud pedal. We are back green flag racing here at Darlington. And Jonah Cofield already taking a look down underneath Travis Bieber, trying to take over that second position. Travis too strong though up on that high side. He's going to have to tuck back in line. Here comes Eddie Smith though. Eddie's trying to get himself up into the mix here as well. Saw Tyler Barnett taking a look down underneath his 68 of Steve McDonald, but not able to quite get there just yet. As up front, Cofield continues to try to put some pressure on the 114 of Bieber. Andy Smith is right there as well, and Jamie Mullins all under a blanket. We got some tight racing all over the track. Kosick between those two Darrell Waltrip machines. Brandon Pollock, Michael Swink, 73 of Ryan Huff all here battling for position. This is for 14th, 15th, and 16th. As now Eddie Smith is taking a look down underneath Bieber, but was not able to make that move. See Adam Lang back on pit road. I'm starting to think he's having some technical issues with his truck. While they're battling, Jonah Cobert is just pulling them away in clean air. Currently a second and a half over second place Jonathan Cofield. Oh, Cofield up into the wall. Bieber up into the wall as well. Cofield's going to fall back and lose everything he just gained as Eddie Smith is now taking a look underneath the 53 machine. That was a pretty hard hit to that 53. See if he's able to continue on. He's going to have to battle back, get back around the 114 of Travis Bieber. Further back. Oh, as we come to it, Mike Bertosa Jr. gets really loose, able to hold on to it. He's going to come back onto the track. Very large aprons here at Darlington as we see Adam Lang back out on track. Eddie Smith's going to take that position right away from Travis Bieber. So move Eddie Smith up into the second position as Jamie Mullins and Cofield are going at it. Cofield's starting to lose some positions after making contact with the wall. And now we got 3 wide almost as Steve Loving was trying to look underneath Kurtz there. Andy Kurtz and Andy was trying to look underneath Cofield at the exact same time, but they all fall back in line. As Chris McLean is now in a backward slide. Just got passed by Greg Barnett and Kenneth Pack. See if we can take a look at the right side of that truck, see if there's any damage to it as he comes by. Yeah, you see a ton of damage at Darlington stripe on that 05 machine. That'll definitely slow down that truck as we take a look. Let's take a look at Cofield here as he makes his way through turns 1 and 2, and we'll see, yep, big black Darlington stripe on the side of that machine as well. So already a couple drivers falling victim to the lady in black. Again, by no means an easy track to drive. To ride along here with Andy Kurtz. Hear the throttle of Andy here as he's on and off, just having to make slight corrections to the throttle to keep that truck steady. Issues again for the 111. So he's come to a stop. Looks like on the backstretch here. This is the old pit road on the backstretch, so gonna pull to the pits as Jonah Colbert continues to lead by almost 3 seconds over Eddie Smith. You see this gaggle of cars back here. Led by Jamie Mullins, Travis Bieber, Jonathan Cofield, Andy Kurtz, Steve Loving, and Michael Kosick all in line here as we see Cofield going back by Travis Bieber. So move Cofield back up into the 4th position. Although Bieber's fighting back hard on the high side, Andy Kurtz ready to follow through whichever driver he can. Cofield really drove it in hard into turn number 1 to complete that pass. Now he's trying to run down Jamie Mullins. Andy Kurtz has 27 of Steve Loving to the inside. Not quite able to make that pass, as it's so hard to make passes down on the inside here at Darlington. as we see these drivers just less than inches off the wall as they make their way through the corner. And into lap traffic as Jamie Mullins and Jonathan Cofield come up on the 43, Mike Petosa Jr. And lap traffic at this track is so tough as well because it all depends on where you catch that lap traffic. We see Petosa trying to stay up high, but that is the preferred line as we see Fry Hubbard now into the mix here as well as Fry almost runs into the back of the 43 down the backstretch. And then just behind the 88 of Ryan Derrick as well, so 53 back up into the wall again. We see the contact. That lets Andy Kurtz right on by. Cofield is having some struggles here early in the race, keeping that truck up off the wall. Michael Kosick now taking a look down to the inside. He's trying to take a look to the inside of Steve Loving. He's not able to quite get there just yet. Oh, and caution is out. And it looks like the 43 of Petosa Jr. down to the inside. That's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind as we take a look to see what happened to the 43 machine. Oh, some contact with the 70 of Todd Schott. Shoots him up the track. And then down into the 09. Where he comes to rest. A tough break for Daniel Stewart as well. A lot of damage to the right side of that truck. As here comes the entire field down onto pit road. You bet everybody's going to be taking tires right here. Adam Lang is your wave around truck. They'll put Adam Lang just one lap down. Excuse me. As Jonah Cobart makes his way off of pit road first, Eddie Smith second, Jamie Mullins, Travis Bieber, and Steve Loving come out in your top five. Kosick comes out in sixth. Fry Hubbard, Andy Kurtz, Tyler Barnett, and Steve McDonald round out the top 10. How about these JC Motorsports boys running 1-2 right now? And one truck staying out here trying to get the wave around. That's Todd Schott trying to get the wave around. Currently he is, I believe, the last car on the lead lap as they run. No, he's actually 5 laps down currently. So looking to get one of his laps back here. Again, don't forget to join us right after this one as the Original Rebels Sunday Night Truck Series takes on Darlington for 115 laps. Then tomorrow night we've got the Extreme Forces Racing League. Tuesday night you're going to have the Doghouse Racing League kicking off at 8 p.m. SCSRA is going to be taking a couple weeks off. They just had their All-Star race. They're having a couple recruitment races. They'll be back in a few weeks. And Thunderstruck, the Xfinity on Friday, Cup on Saturday, and then your truck doubleheader every Sunday. As the lights on the pace truck are off, we're going to re-rack them, restack them, get ready to refire them here. Our pace truck pulls on the pit road. Jonah Cobra hits the pedal. We are back green flag racing, and Eddie Smith with a great start as well, just behind Jamie Mullins, trying to get underneath the 114 Travis Bieber. He's going to have to tuck back in line. Michael Kosick right there to follow through as well. Great restart, pretty much the whole field single file. Ooh, big mess back here. Everybody's able to keep rolling as we come off of turn number 4. Steve Loving has Kosick out the front window and Andy Kurtz out the back window. He's trying to maintain position here. Currently running in the 6th position. You see Cofield way back here in the 18th position. Now, he did not elect to use his reset on that last round of yellow flag pit stops. You can still see the damage to the 53, both on the back bumper as well as on the right side of that truck. As he's trying to make his way around both Greg Froenig and Matt Knights. Front, we just saw Fry Hubbard all over the back bumper of Andy Kurtz, with Kurtz able to pull back away. Great views off the front and back of the 5 machine. Kosick now has just had Steve Loving on the back bumper, but he started to pull away just a little bit. He's going to pull it away. Jonah Cobert and Eddie Smith pulling away from Travis Bieber at the moment. So we've got a battle back here. Kenneth Pack trying to look underneath the 68 of Steve McDonald. Oh, some contact. McDonald hard up into the wall. Tough break for that 68 machine. Oh, and the 43 having some more issues around on the backstretch. Down below the racing surface, so no caution will come out. we see this battle continue on track. Oh, Jamie Mullins gets into Travis Bieber. Bieber slides all the way back to the 9th position. That's a great save from Bieber. Take a look at this again as you see Mullins up on the low side. Makes just a little bit of contact with Travis Bieber. And Bieber is able to just barely make contact with the wall, able to hold on to it. And he keeps rolling. So we have Jamie Mullins up in the 3rd, Kosick back in 4th. And again, Travis Bieber falling all the way back to the 9th position. As Eddie Smith is now on the back bumper of his teammate. Eddie Smith taking a look down to the inside. Not going to be able to make that move as they're coming up on the lap truck of Phil the Hitman Manzo. Manzo's going to say down low and out of the way. Eddie Smith has to make a evasive move there. Went all the way down to the inside wall. That killed all of Eddie's momentum. He slid way back from being right on the back bumper of Jonah Colbert. Now the two almost a second behind. What's going on? We've got Gary Wright, Greg Barnett battling it out. This is for 12th position. You also see the 53 of Jonathan Cofield trying to make his way back up into the picture as well. As some contact between Wright and Cofield. And that allows Greg Barnett to pull away from Gary Wright. Now Wright's going to have to work hard to pull himself back up to that 38 machine. Travis Bieber still struggling after making contact with the wall. He's got the 84 of Tyler Barnett right behind. Barnett thought about making that move, but just was not close enough to make it. They come off the corner. Oh! Bieber hard up into the wall. Barnett has to split Bieber and the 44 of Manzo. Here comes the 39 of Kenneth Pack up into the picture as well. So more hard contact for Travis Bieber. We look back up front. Jamie Mullins trying to work through some lap traffic. He's got as the 70 of Todd Schott up in front of him. Todd's going to go down to the inside, stay out of the way. And while we're away from the action, Eddie Smith actually got around Jonah Colbert. And I think Jonah's got some damage to the right side of that machine because he is slowed down tremendously. no damage to that 34. Let's see if we can figure out what happened here. Oh, it looks like Jonah did catch the wall just a little bit. Yeah, Jonah caught the wall, sent him down to the apron. That's going to allow Eddie Smith to pull right up in front. It didn't look like Jonah's got too much damage to that truck. Right on board here, we don't see too much damage to the right side of that truck, but it's significant enough to slow him down as he's fallen back to the clutches of Jamie Mullins. And Michael Kosick right there as well. We are about 5 laps away from halfway. These drivers were all on pit road last on lap number 30. I have to start seeing if anybody tries to short pit here and use up all the sets of tires they have. That is a strategy that somebody could implement, hitting lap 30, 60, 90. Because you'll have some of the freshest tires out on track. As Jamie Mullins and Michael Kosick both make easy work of the 34 Jonah Cofield. I'm sorry, Jonah Colbert. And just behind we see Fry Hubbard and Steve Loving going at it as well. Fry Hubbard has caught Loving and trying to get around that 27 machine. Back up front, Mullins and Kosick pretty close together. So our leaders are running up on the 15 of Greg Froelich. Greg's already been lapped by Eddie Smith. And he's got both Kosick and Jamie Mullins coming up on him right now. He's going to wisely pull down to the apron, down out of the way, let the leaders on by. That's Andy Kurtz by as well. Here comes Steve Loving and Fry Hubbard. So a very respectful move out of the 15 of Greg Froelich to stay out of the way of the leaders. As Eddie Smith is currently running up on the 20th place driver, Brandon Pollock. Jonah Colbert has hit pit road. So he will be the first truck to make its way down on the pit road. We'll be watching his lap times, and so won't the competitors. We want to see how much different those fresh tires are going to make. Already we're seeing about 2.5 to 3 seconds of fall off for some of these drivers. And we have just hit the halfway point. Oh, Pollock. Hard up into the wall. That allows Eddie Smith to get right on by. Might be a bit of a Code Brown moment there for the driver of the 87. Fry Hubbard was just trying to take a look down underneath Steve Loving. It's a battle for 5th and 6th. I see Phil, the Hitman Manzo, now hitting pit road as well. So we'll take you through the field before pit stops take place. And Eddie Smith, currently your leader, with a 3-second lead over the 3 of Michael Kosick. Jamie Mullins runs back in 3rd. Andy Kurtz in the 4th position. Then Steve Lulling running back in 5th. Fry Hubbard trying to take that 5th position away. Then Tyler Barnett back in the 7th position. Kenneth Pack in the 8th position with Jonathan Cofield solidly holding on to 9th, and Gary Wright back in the 10th position. As more pit stops are taking place, Michael Swink makes his way down on the pit road. Again, a very tough pit road to get onto here at Darlington, as Eddie Smith's trying to make his way around one of the Darrell Waltrip machines. That is the 88 of Ryan Derrick. See more drivers peeling off for pit road. And due to the apron here, the apron is so big that it's just really easy to get yourself into trouble getting on the pit road. See if anybody else tries to make a move down on the pit road. Doesn't look like anybody else will be. See the 38 come off of pit road. And Eddie Smith currently trying to put down the 13th place truck one more position, or one more lap down. Because now Eddie Smith just got his own Darlington stripe. We see the damage to the right side of his truck. It makes me wonder how much longer Eddie Smith is going to stay out there, and if that damage is going to affect his truck at all. Matt Knight's now hitting pit road. Looks like Jonathan Cofield making his way down on the pit road. And you can see just how tightly pit road funnels off of the corner. Along here with Eddie Smith. You can see just how tight Eddie is getting to that outside wall. Let's see if Eddie comes down pit road this time or if he'll continue to stay out. Over here, downshifted, Eddie getting ready to come down onto pit road. And again, you can see just how tight the entrance to pit road is there as he's able to make his way down. And he's going to give up the lead to Steve Loving. So Steve Loving, Fry Hubbard, Chris McLean, all yet to make their pit stop. Janacoba is running back in the 4th position. He has made his pit stop. I almost feel like these drivers here are waiting for a caution, or just trying to push this as far as they can. Just behind him, we saw some 3 wide with a couple lap cars. There's a 70 of Todd Schott. The 09 of Daniel Stewart. As you're just seeing now what a difference new tires make over what Steve Loving have out there, him and Fry Hubbard. Right behind you see the 87 of Eddie Smith flying back through the field. Last time by, Eddie ran a, let's see what he runs this time by. Eddie, lapping traffic and everything, just ran a 30.6 to Steve Loving's 33. So big difference in speed. Eddie Smith just thought about going the middle of 3 wide. Thought better of it. Eddie Smith has unlapped himself the hard way. Ooh, Ryan Garrick has some issues down on the bottom of the track. Let's see if we can see what happened to the 88 machine, as they were 3 wide for a moment. Oh, almost catch Matt Knights. Jamie Mullins makes some contact, turns the 88 around. Fry Hubbard now making his way down on the pit road. At this point, Steve Loving has just made his bed, and he's prepared to lay in it. At second place, Jonah Colbert is currently 17 seconds behind and gaining quickly. That was a 15 of Greg Froelich and the 64 of Matt Knights trying to get their laps back. We are just under 40 laps to go here. I do believe we'll see one more pit stop out of these drivers. We know for a fact Steve Loving will have to come down pit road just one more time. Ooh, Loving up into the wall. Greg Froelich gets on by. Here comes the 84 of Tyler Barnett and the 53 of Jonathan Cofield, who are currently just battling for position. And Cofield is going to send it here into turn number 2. Take that position away. Ooh, more hard contact. Steve Loving hard up into the outside wall. Oh, some more contact. Almost gets hit from behind, almost gets turned. Pollock now up into the wall. That's going to spin around the one of Pollock. That's going to bring out the caution. And that's going to bring out another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. So we take a look here to see what happened to the one of Brandon Pollock. We see him having to take evasive action to keep from running into the back of Bieber there. Down on the flat, washes back up the track and just into the path of the 27 of Steve Loving. A bit of a tough break for both Steve Loving and Brandon Pollock. Loving is making his way down onto pit road. And it looks like everybody behind him is pitting as well, so this strategy actually played out pretty well for Steve. So looks like everybody's coming down pit road. And Loving almost to his pit box here. He will be the first truck to their pit box. Just going to give him a huge advantage getting off of pit road. So it does look like all of our lead lap trucks did come down pit road here. Oh, Jonah Comer does beat Steve Loving off pit road. So move Jonah Comer back up into the lead here. When we cross the finish line this time, we'll have just 35 laps to go. Again, don't forget to join us right after this as our Sunday night doubleheader continues with another 115 laps from Darlington here on Intensity Broadcasting in the Original Rebels Racing League Truck Series. We'll cross the line this time by. We'll have one lap to go before we go back green flag racing. Lights on the truck should be turning off this time by. All these trucks in front of the leader will take the wave around, get themselves back a lap. So we'll see the field catch up here as they make their way into turn number 3. These trucks getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Jonah Colbert's going to lead them back down to the restart zone. Now we are going to go one more lap, let everybody catch up. So here we go. Now we're going to go back green flag racing. Jonah Colbert down on the bottom. Steve Loving on the outside. Eddie Smith, Andy Kurtz in row number 2. Kosick and Mullins back in row number 3 as we get ready to approach the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. We are back racing here at Darlington. And we just had some drivers trying to make it 3 wide back here. Settle back to 2 wide. Steve Loving up on the high side. He's in trouble. He's sliding back right now. Here comes Cofield on by as well, and he's going to try to tuck in line. Here comes the 84 of Tyler Barnett and Travis Bieber as well. So the 27 continues a backward slide. A lot of damage still left to that 27 machine, and you can see just how much that damage is affecting that machine. Up front, Eddie Smith and Jonah Colbert running 1-2. Eddie trying to get back around his teammate as Andy Kurtz comes up into the picture as well. Trying to make it a 3-way battle for the lead. As they come across the line, we'll have just 30 laps to go here at Darlington. Eddie Smith was trying to make the move, was not able to pressure the 34 into a mistake. Andy Kurtz, one of the first trucks we've seen all night, being able to stay up with Eddie and Jonah. Andy is keeping pace here with Jonah and Eddie, and pull away from Kosick just a bit. Just behind, we see Kosick and Cofield battling it out for the 4th position. Again, it's just so hard to pass here at Darlington. You almost have to set the pass up for 2 or 3 corners. We've seen that all night long. Schofield just not able to get the power down to try to pull alongside. Steve Loving still losing positions. Just got passed by the 05 of McLean, and looks like Manzo having some issues on the front stretch here. Turned around. Since he's down below the racing surface, the yellow will not come out. So we can see what happened to the driver of the 44 machine, just coming off of turn number 4. Oh, gets tagged by the 11 of Gary Wright. Now Manzo's going to make his way to pit road. No caution, and Eddie Smith is now jumped up back into the lead. Let's see how he did it. See Eddie Smith making that textbook Darlington pass, getting a good run off of turn number 2 down the backstretch and out braking into turn number 3. And now he's pulling away from Jonah Colbert, who has the 5 of Andy Kurtz all over the back bumper. Kurtz now trying to take a look down to the inside. But Colbert did close the door on that 5 machine. Colbert running a bit on the defensive line. Kind of cutting down hard off the corner. Not allowing Kurtz to get a great run off the corner. And just behind Kurtz now, the 53 of Jonathan Cofield up into the picture here as well. Cofield trying to get a podium here. And Kosick right up here as well. So Kosick try to have another good points day, keep himself locked into the playoffs in 2 weeks' time. There comes Andy Kurtz down to the inside of Jonah Colbert. Cofield's going to follow along. Here comes Kosick. Kosick into the mix as well. And oh, Cofield. More contact with the outside wall. Jamie Mullins and Tyler Barnett and Travis Bieber all up in the mix as well. Well, we've got a 7-car battle going on right here at Darlington. Mullins was just looking down to the inside of Kosick, not able to make that move happen. Kosick looking to get a run here on the 580 Kurtz. Not able to make that stick. Couple trucks up in the wall that time. We saw Cofield hit the wall. Jamie Mullins also just caught the wall. Here comes Andy Kurtz looking down to the inside. Kosick trying to get to the back bumper of the 5. And surprisingly, this is the only group of trucks up on the track right now as we see the 88 go a lap down. I apologize, that's the 68 of Stephen Pound. For Tyler Barnett, trying to make his way back up into this little pack as well. So some good hard racing as we're coming to 15 laps to go. Todd Schott staying down and out of the way. Travis Bieber taking a look down to the inside of Jamie Mullins. Not quite able to make it stick as Mullins is going to have the advantage up on the high side. He's going to keep Travis Bieber, Travis Bieber right behind him. Cofield up in the 3rd position has Andy Kurtz all over the back bumper though. Kurtz, Kosick, both back there ready to pounce if the 53 makes a mistake. Oh, and there it is, the mistake. Cofield hard up into the wall. It's going to allow both Andy Kurtz and Michael Kosick to get on by. Jay Mullins and Travis Weber also trying to get by the 53 here. Trying to rack up as many points as they can before the playoffs begin. Bieber now looking down to the inside of Mullins. He's there. He's going to take away that 6th position. Kurt's trying to run down Colbert, trying to take over that 2nd position. As we come across the line, we have just 11 laps to go here at Darlington. Eddie Smith now out to a 2.5 second lead over Jonah Colbert. As Eddie continues to pick through traffic one by one. Right now, Eddie's got clear track in front of him. We are within 10 laps to go. Andy Kurtz now with a bit of a run here on the 34 Jonah Colbert. See Gary Wright stay down and out of the way. Oh, look now, Michael Kosick is back there as well. So Kosick could play spoiler here for the podium position. A battle back here between Matt Knights and Ryan Huff. And Gofield continues to drop back. As this battle right here is really starting to heat up. Michael Kosick trying to get himself up onto the podium. Andy Kurtz trying to take 2nd place away from Jonah Colbert. Now Jonah's going to have some breathing room as Andy Kurtz and Michael Kosick start to battle with each other here. And we have just 7 laps to go. Now Andy Kurtz right back, attacking the 34 of Jonah Colbert. Jonah's able to pull away down the front stretch. As they come down the back stretch, Andy Kurtz is able to get such a good run off of turn number 2. We're seeing it again here. We have just 5 laps to go to settle it. Eddie Smith in front by almost 4 seconds now. Lap traffic stays down out of the way. now really no battles through the field. Eddie Smith takes 3 laps to go. All Eddie's got to do here is keep it on track. We come up to the 27 of Steve Loving. He's got some lap traffic that's too wide in front of him as well. We see Greg Froelich way down on the bottom. Coming up on Steve Loving and Daniel Stewart, who are both racing for position in front of him. 2 laps to go. Eddie Smith just hoping that the caution doesn't come out in the next lap and a half. Should say next lap, as once the white flag comes out, the yellow flag will be put away. They make their way off of turn number 4. Eddie Smith's getting ready to take the white flag here at Darlington. Just one more lap. Again, all Eddie's got to do is keep it clean. Doesn't even have to try to pass the 09 of Daniel Stewart. He can just run wherever he wants as he makes his way through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Off of turn number 4, Eddie Smith is going to win here at Darlington. His teammate Jonah Coburt's going to come home second. Andy Kurtz comes home in third. Kosick comes home fourth. And just barely, as Travis Bieber almost passed him there at the line. But your winner tonight is the 87 of Eddie Smith. As Eddie comes down to the front stretch, getting ready to celebrate here. Puts it in the wall. And again. And of course, Adam Lang coming in, giving the celebration, or celebrational wreckage there. Demolition Derby. As we take a look at your results. Again, Eddie Smith is your winner. Jonah Cobert comes home second. Andy Kurtz back in third. Michael Kosick and Travis Bieber round out your top 5. Jamie Mullins comes home 6th. Tyler Barnett 7th. Jonah Cofield, he falls back to 8th. Kenneth Pack 9th. And Fry Hubbard round out the top 10. 11th, Chris McLean. 12th, Greg Barnett. Daniel Stewart comes home 13th with Steve Loving in 14th and Gary Wright in the 15th position. 16th, Matt Knight. 17th, Ryan Huff. 18th, Adam Lang. Stephen McDonald, 19th, and Brandon Pollock comes home in 20th. 21st will be Michael Swink. Greg Froelich, Charlie Gates, Todd Schott, and Phil the Hitman Manzo make up your top 25. 26th, Eric Burkhalter. 27th, Ryan Derrick. Mike Bertosa Jr. back in 28th, Gene Watkinson 29th, and Brandon Wallace round out the field here at Darlington as we get ready for your Thunderstruck post-race interviews. See if we can pull in our 3rd place finisher tonight, Andy Kurtz. Andy, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Got you, Josh. What's up?
Man, great job tonight, coming home in 3rd. I know Darlington was a tough track here tonight. Tell everybody, how hard was it with the track here tonight at Darlington?
Yeah, really tough. You often, you hear people say you really race this track instead of racing everyone else here. Just you versus the 4 turns and trying to keep it out of the fence. So it's no different here tonight. These trucks are probably like the tightest feeling setup out of all the different cars we run here. So that definitely didn't make it any easier. But Yeah, all in all, really fun race. I don't think there were too many cautions, so it let us really stretch out the green flag runs and see what we had on the long run and see who can save tires and be there at the end.
Yeah, and the other really tough thing to do here at Darlington is the green flag pit stops, which you seem to nail there. Were you kind of expecting there to be a long green flag run, or were you hoping for the green flag pit stops?
Yeah, I was expecting at least one. I didn't know if the race would go caution free, but with how important tires are here, I think we pitted. I think I still had about 20 laps of fuel left. I know Jonah pitted way earlier than that. He pretty much pitted when the fuel window opened for to make it till the end of the race on green if it went green. So that was a really good call by him. But yeah, it's definitely tough getting on pit road. You can't see it at all when you're in turn 3. You see the cone, but if you start braking by the time you see the cone, you're too late. So definitely tricky.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the hardest pit roads to get on here on iRacing. But again, congratulations with the podium here tonight, trying to get yourself up into the playoffs. And do we see a run at another repeat here?
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it's what we're going for. We got some some heavy hitters in this series with us this year. I mean, everyone in here is awesome and really tough. It was really tough winning that championship last series. But then to make something tough even tougher, we got Eddie and Jonah with us this series. So we'll try our best and give them a good run here.
Well, before you let you go, Andy, anyone you want to thank, any shout out you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, well, thank you for putting on a great show for everyone here. I want to thank our series sponsor, Hardline Transport Solutions, Inc., Deng Lang Racing Designs, Smil Racing Designs, and Shibu Inu Crypto.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats with the podium, and I'm sure we'll be talking again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So that was your third place finisher, Andy Kurtz. Let's talk to your second place finisher, Jonah Cobert. Jonah, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Josh, what's going on?
It's becoming a weekly appearance here between you and Eddie up in the booth at the end of these races, but a great job coming home in second. You and Eddie were racing there real close there for a while, and then Eddie just pulled away. I saw you kind of smack the wall. Is that what did it for you? You got a little bit of damage and you fell behind?
Yeah, man, if you even chip the paint on these trucks, it kills it on this track, on these 1 mile tracks and above. They had no speed, and when the tires were fresh and I had that little bit of damage, it was a severe disadvantage for me. And Eddie blew my doors off, and then Andy Kurtz and them caught me real quick, and I had to fight them off. But once the tires started to equalize, the damage didn't matter quite as much, even though it was only like 10, 20 seconds of damage, something like that. It wasn't very much at all. It just barely scraped the wall, but it was enough to throw it off on cold tires. But yeah, just unfortunate. Wasn't paying attention. Was looking at my relative and got in the dang wall. Can't be doing that.
Oh, it's easy to do, especially at a track here like Darlington where you're running right up against the wall. So it makes sense you got that Darlington stripe. But overall, pretty good run. I know we have playoffs starting up pretty soon. How do you like your chances next week at Worldwide Technology?
Worldwide is definitely one of my least favorite tracks. I hate that place. That being said, I've worked on being fast there recently. I've had a race there in Apex League and some other leagues and stuff. I've been working on it, trying to get better there, but it's definitely not one of my strongest places to run. So I guess we'll see. Maybe if I can muster up a top 5, that'd be a damn good day for me. So we'll just have to see how it goes.
Try to get those points before moving into the playoffs. But again, congratulations. Great run tonight here up in the second. Before I let you go, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here tonight?
Just shout out to the guys down there, Team Dingling, Eddie, Eric, all those, Todd, Chris McLean, those guys. They were good working with them tonight. And shout out to Intensity Broadcasting for broadcasting this thing, Hardline, Great Solutions, sponsors, and yeah, about it.
Well, there you have it. That's again Jonah, and hopefully I'm sure we'll be talking again next week.
All right, man. See you.
You have your second place finisher, Jonah Cobert. Let's bring in your winner tonight, Eddie Smith. Eddie, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Hey, what's up?
Just like I just said to Jonah, it's becoming a weekly thing here, talking to you here on Sunday nights. But congrats with the win here tonight at Darlington. A tough track, but you made it look easy out there, getting some big leads and keeping your truck pretty clean. I didn't see a Darlington stripe on your truck, so that had to keep it pretty fast out there, huh?
Yeah. That's kind of what I had a really bad qualifying effort and didn't really know what to expect. I was actually struggling early on in the race. I just didn't get enough practice time in. I don't guess. I thought I could lean on my past experiences, but I was wrong, man. I don't know what changed. But we got in the race, and Jonah kind of gave me some pointers and stuff, and was able to, after about halfway through that first run, was able to try to get it going once the tires started to wear out, and then was able to get back up there to the front, get the lead, and felt pretty good. So yeah, man, it was a fun race.
Yeah, long green flag run there, some green flag pit stops. You had yourself a big lead, and you had to think that you must have had a caution coming. Were you kind of expecting the caution there to be late, or were you kind of thinking it was going to go green to the end?
I feel like I always expect a caution. That way I'd be pleasantly surprised or wouldn't be, I don't think I'm ever surprised about it because it always seems to happen. But yeah, I don't know. The last few races have been nice, knowing that it kind of locked into the playoffs. Really takes a lot of the pressure off. So, if something goes wrong or something, sometimes you might get a little flustered or whatever. And, but I don't know, with that pressure off, I really don't have to, if the caution comes out and I get stuck fifth and sixth and that's where I finish, then, hey, I'm good with it. So I don't know, it's a lot easier to race whenever the pressure's off. And I think that probably makes you perform just a little bit better. So.
Yeah, for sure. And we didn't have Ratchet in the chat to cause a caution here, so that also made it a little bit easier for you too. But again, congratulations. I know you're so solidly locked into the playoffs. This has all been gravy for you. But how do you approach next week at Worldwide?
Well, I just going out there and running the best I can and trying to keep it clean. I feel like I like Gateway a lot. I can't remember. I feel like I get that track confused with another one, so I'm not sure if I like it or not, but I think I do. So I think we'll go out there and have a good time, not worried, like I said, just kind of going out there and just trying to stay clean and not wreck nobody. And of course, Kendra's not in this race, so I don't have to worry about wrecking anybody. So I feel pretty good about going to Gateway. I'm pretty sure I feel like Team Dingaling, we got a pretty good little package there, so I think we'll come out of the gates pretty strong.
Well, Gateway looks and it's shaped exactly like Darlington. It's just flat. So, but yeah. So congratulations again on the win here tonight. And before you let you go, anybody you want to thank? Any shout you got to give?
Yeah, man. Got to thank Team Dingaling, Jonah Colbert, Chris McLean, Todd Schott, Eric Burkhalter. He's racing out there, racing limp, racing with an injury. Man, that's what we like to see over at Team Dingaling is guys, really sticking with it. But thank those guys, man, and thank everybody in the race. I mean, the racing was super clean. It's hard to race side by side at Darlington, but everybody was able to do it without much issue. The lap cars were pretty respectful and made a lot of things pretty easy. So all in all, I mean, one of the better races that I've been in that I remember, where the whole race felt like a just a good deal. So thank everybody in the race tonight. It went really well. And then thank you for broadcasting. Thank Swink and Clemens for doing the commissioning in this series and all the other Rebel admins. And thank my wife because she's the best.
You got to throw that one in there. Can't forget her.
That's right.
Well, again, congratulations. I'm sure we'll be talking again soon, Eddie.
All right. See you, man.
There you have it. Your winner there, Eddie Smith. Your Evil Empire SimSport Hard Charger Award tonight will go to the 11 of Gary Wright, making up 14 positions tonight to finish in the 15th position. And with that being said, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at IntensityBroad1. Don't forget to hit that little like button. It really does help us out. And check us out in the next race here as the Original Rebels Sunday Night Truck Series. We'll also be taking on Darlington here on iRacing.com. So again, for everybody here at Intensity Broadcasting, until we see you in the next one, over and out.